stress. Every time I miss the bus, I'm late for a test. Every time I'm reincarnated, it's in the lowest form. I leave my window open every time there is a storm. Every time I have a hangover, I have to go to work. Every time I masturbate, dry tends to hurt. Every time I pat a dog, he bites me on the hand. Every time I talk to aliens, they don't understand. Every time I skate, I get another bruise. Every time I get drunk, I vomit on my shoes. Every time I scratch, the needle jumps. Every time I drink milk, it comes out in lumps. Every time I freestyle, I just talk shit. Every time I catch the bus, there's nowhere to sit. Every time I catch a train, I'm asking for a ticket. Every time I'm batting cricket, first ball takes a wicket. Every time I'm drunk at a party in a toga, I pull a damn hamstring to prove I do yoga. Every time I eat, I get a pain in my chest. Every time I think it's heartburn, it's cardiac arrest. Every time I make a call, waiting interrupts. Every time I dump a load at someone's house, it won't flush. Every time it won't flush, it's stained to ceramic. If you ever see me happy, it's because I'm manic.
It's not easy being me. It's not easy being me.
Every time I give advice, it comes out wrong. Every time I get raided, my prints are on the bomb. Every time I score, I get shitty leaf. I was living with the Navajo until they heard me diss the chief. But every time we smoke a joint, I end up with the roach. Every time we skip a sport, I get drilled by the coach. But every time I play footy, I get tackled in the dirt, and I crack another rib, and it really fucking hurts. Every time I brush my teeth to find another cavity. Every time I try to fly, I discover gravity. Every time I have a craving, I run out of food. Every time I spin the bottle, I'm the one who ends up nude. Every time I give a girl an orgasm, she fakes. Every time I jam it in, the condom breaks. Every time I gamble, I lose all my chips. And every time I eat all brand, I get the shits. But every time I shit, it takes about an hour, and there's never any paper, so I have to have a shower. But every time I shower, the towel's already wet. And it's not wet with water, but wet with cum and sweat. Every time I fuck my pubic hair to make myself attractive, my dick gets sore and I fuck like a spastic. Every time I write a song, radio stations ban it, cause when you play my records in reverse, they're satanic.
Worship Satan. 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 Worship Satan.
Every time I make a joke, people take me serious. Every time I go down on a girl, she's on a period. Every time I drive a car, a cop will pull me over, but I say that I'm someone else, and that I'm sober. Every blind date turns out to be blind. My looks are all I have, and that is why I mind. Every time I have the dream where I'm at the school dance, everyone is looking at me cause I don't have any pants. And we play piggy in the middle, I'm the pig. Every time we play tiggy, I'm the one who's it. Every time I lick a toad, I get warts on my tongue. Every time I see a killer bee, it's when I'm getting stung. Every time I play Scrabble, I make the word at. Every wet fart leaves a stain where I sat. Every time I fuck your mum, she wants it in the bum. And every time I'm done, it's not because I've come. Every time I crack into a chick, I pull my sack out. Every time I try to suck my dick, I put my back out. Every time I catch a wave, I hit a coral reef. And every time I order vegetarian, I get beef.